There was a story of an inspector of police who suffered deformity and eventually died after slapping a physically challenged man that he met at a mechanic workshop in Lagos. Please take a chill pill, grab a chair. I'm about to take you on a voyage. Not just a frolic of its own, but I'm about to dazzle with your atmosphere and your psychological background. There was a physically challenged man that has taken his car to a mechanic workshop for repairs. The mechanic was already working on his car when the police inspector drove in and asked the mechanic to attend to his car. Seeing that the police officer was in haste, the physically challenged man told the mechanic to suspend his own car and attend to the inspector. When the mechanic had finished work on the inspector's car, he put the car in a reverse gear as he made to leave. But the physically challenged man who sat on a bench behind the car feared that the officer might be unaware of his presence and quickly warned him to be careful and not to hit him, so that you will not incur a debt that you are not prepared for. The police officer took offense at the statement. He promptly alighted from his car, walked up to the physically challenged man and gave him a dirty slap. Rather than react angrily, the physically challenged man kept cool and calmly told the police officer not to repeat what he had just done. The officer became angrier and responded with another slap that was dirtier than the first one. Again, the man shook his head and simply told the police officer not to try doing it the third time. The seeming defiance of the physically challenged man had moved the police officer to a high dungeon. He lifted his stick hand the third time and struck the face even harder. The third slap turned out to be tragic. It was the last physical exercise the inspector did before departing the ward. He had fallen to the ground after slapping the crippled man the third time and could no longer move his hands and legs. His speech also became impaired and saliva poured ceaselessly from his mouth. Within a few days, he had become more mere like a vegetable, and all the spiritual homes which he was taken to, no one had answers to the problems. 2 weeks after the encounter, he gave up the ghost. In a chat with Kola Olawiyi, the physically challenged man admitted that he had acquired some spiritual powers when he was about to leave his hometown in Ekiti State to see greener pastures in Lagos. Some family members who had feared that he could be maltreated by some callous Lagosians hit him on the idea of arming himself with charm that would guarantee his safety against the oppressors. The police officer turned out to be one of them and paid greatly for it. Unfortunately, he said he doesn't have power just like Jesus. He would have run away and prevented him from slapping him the third time if he had knew that his wife is such a nice woman. You don't know what some people carry, so ma she jeje. You wouldn't have think that physically challenged man would possess such powers, at least for that instance. So jeje, because you don't just have to look down on anybody.